Hype sneakers can definitely go ahead and break the bank, but we are in 2025, you guys, and in 2025, we do not need to go about buying these expensive sneakers because as we know, resale prices are going crazy. And with that being said, we do not need to go out of our way to spend crazy amounts of money for a sneaker that is going to provide quality. So that being said, let's go ahead and go over some of the best value sneaker brands that you need to know of. And the first thing I do want to address is, are those expensive sneakers worth it? Now, you guys can probably tell what way I'm about to go with this question, but I do want to say that we all love a fire sneaker, and I believe the first thing that comes to mind is when I used to think about sneakers, I used to just think that all the most expensive sneakers were the best of the best sneakers. But let's go ahead and be real. Resale prices are definitely out of control. I'm definitely sure you guys have seen sneakers for over $1,000. It could have been on StockX, could have been on GOAT. And with that being said, I do want to inform you and say that you do not need to have these expensive kicks to go ahead and be fly. So that being said, not every expensive sneaker is worth it, you guys. I definitely want to say that if you do like the sneaker and you generally love it and it's not for a trend, I definitely say go ahead and cop it by any means. But I would just say definitely don't go ahead and just follow a trend. I definitely would go ahead and go with your own personal liking. Now, luckily, some of these brands are going crazy with some good sneakers at a fraction of the price that these expensive sneakers are costing. Actually makes sense, and I believe a lot of you guys are around that kind of college range. And go ahead and actually comment down below. Let me know where you guys' age ranges are down below in the comment section. But with that being said, this actually makes a lot of sense for us that are in our early 20s, maybe we're in our teens. We need some affordable sneakers because we got a lot of things going on right now. We're figuring out what we want to do in the future, and that takes time and it costs money. And we can't be always spending our money on like just things that we don't need at the moment. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which brands will give you the best bang for your buck in 2025. And trust me, there's a brand on this list that has been slept on for way too long. So that being said, stick around. I'm about to on to some real game. With that being said, let's go ahead and rank these brands. Now I have about 5 brands for this video, and the first one I'm going to kick it off with is number 5. The first one is Puma, you guys. I'm not sure if you guys would have actually thought this would be in this list, but I definitely have included Puma. And Puma is a brand that's been around forever. I'm not going to lie, my dad actually put me onto the brand Puma. He's like a Puma fanatic, I guess you can say. But with that being said, he has a lot of Puma sneakers. I actually got him these fly Pumas for his birthday one of these years. But yeah, he loves Puma, especially the suede versions. But with that being said, Puma is definitely a valid pick. And one of the reasons why it's a valid pick is because they have a lot of innovative collaborations. Now, I've seen collabs with LaMelo Ball with this whole line of Le France. There's also another line they have with Fenty. And they just have a lot of these other collaborations that I feel like a lot of people wouldn't really know about unless you know sneakers. I feel like the only sneakers that I kind of kept up with, at least like on a mainstream, I guess, level, is Nike, Adidas, and then maybe New Balance, I guess, nowadays. But I feel like Puma is definitely slept on. And another thing they're slept on is their affordable pricing, you guys. Many of their models are actually priced under $100, which makes them a steal, you guys. You guys definitely have to hop on this wave. This makes them very accessible without compromising on their style. So with that being said, a few years ago today, nobody was actually checking on these shoes. And now sneakerheads are actually trying to catch on. And if you aren't, I just put you on. So definitely make sure you guys go ahead and check out a couple Puma sneakers. And with that being said, if you think this sneaker brand is underrated, wait until you see number 3 on this list, because I'm telling you, it is one of the biggest snubs right now. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kick it off to number 4, you guys. This is going to be real quick, real simple. We got Adidas. Now, Adidas, we've seen a lot of models kind of pass by within, especially 2024. We've seen the rise of the Adidas Sambas. We got the Gazelles. We got the Campus 00s, just to name a couple of models. But with that being said, Adidas, definitely, you do not need to go ahead and spend big for that clean retro look. I believe you can actually find a pair of Sambas for less than $100 if you really look for some. And that is a great price range. I feel like a lot of sneakers now, we just kind of see them being above $100, especially those Nike sneakers. But with that being said, Adidas is definitely a value pick because it has a bunch of timeless designs, just like I was talking about those retro models earlier. But with that being said, they have definitely made a strong comeback and they offer those classic aesthetics. Now they do have affordable options just like the Puma sneakers, and these sneakers are priced a little bit higher than Pumas. You may find some that are under 150, but with that being said, that is still a great style without breaking that bank. So that being said, these sneakers go with almost any single fit. They got a lot of simple colorways and they have a lot of variety, which is one thing I gotta mention for sure. So if you're looking for something stylish without the designer price tag, definitely go ahead and tap in with Adidas. But if you want something that's a little better, go ahead and stay tapped in until I get to number 2, because number 2 is definitely going to provide a better bang for your buck. Now with that being said, we got Asics. Asics, this brand has been under the radar for years, but in 2025 finally kicked off, and Asics has officially been declared as a problem. And Asics is a great value pick because they have a lot of quality materials. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have had an Asics pair before, but I definitely recommend, if you haven't, maybe trying a pair of the Gel 1130s. You got the Gel Kenya 14s, just to name a few. Well, these have a quality construction with that affordability. Now, if you are into trends, this is definitely a trendy way to go. But with that being said, I definitely recommend going for a shoe that you like, that fits your own personal style and liking. But with that being said, they have those trendy looks, but they also have those unique styles, meaning that they kind of can't be replicated in a way. But with that being said, Asics has successfully merged those retro aesthetics also with that modern performance. So with that being said, if that is a good thing to you, go ahead and tap in with Asics, you guys. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys do want some recommendations on some of these sneaker categories, go ahead and check my info card up here. I do a lot of list videos, and you should find a couple of options or some picks that will suit you. But with that being said, people are finally starting to realize that this brand is offering what some sneakers offer at $300 for basically a fraction of the price. So with that being said, if you love to save money on your sneakers and just get that bang for your buck, Asics is another one of those brands. So we have so far Puma, we have also Adidas, and we have Asics. Now, but what if you need something that can handle everything? Maybe you want to go to the gym, maybe you want to throw on a casual fit, or even you maybe want to use it for work. That is exactly where number 1 shines. So if that is fitting your needs, go ahead and stay tuned for number 1. Now, number 2, you guys, on to the top 2 best value sneaker brands. Now, before I say this one, I guys want you guys to have an open heart and just really hear what I'm trying to say. And to be honest, I feel like this one could be more for the ladies out there, because I feel like, at least when I've done research on Skechers, I've realized that they have a lot of sneakers for women that aren't available for men. But with that being said, number 2 is indeed Skechers, you guys. Now, I know you guys haven't heard about Skechers in a minute, but with that being said, I'm about to put you guys on to Skechers. Skechers has been overlooked, but if you want sneakers that can do it all, gym, errands, casual fits, that is exactly where it's going to be at. I'm not going to lie, because Skechers, they definitely have that comfort. They have a lot of memory foam, which provides that all-day support. They have long-lasting durability, which are designed to go ahead and withstand daily wear and tear. And they also have that versatility for multiple looks. Now, with that being said, this is definitely suitable for various settings. And from those workouts to casual outings, it will basically fit in perfectly. But with that being said, this is the kind of sneaker you can wear every day without worrying about any creases or scuffs. Now, I do want to put you guys on before I go ahead and hit number 1. And I do want to say that if you're a male or you're just not really messing with that Skechers option, I do want to say another alternative can be New Balance. New Balance is another one of those sneakers that can basically just do it all. They have that comfort, they have that durability, and they have that versatility for sure. So a little bonus I'll throw in there for you is I'd say either Skechers can be in that number 2 spot or either New Balance. Both are fitting. Both that being said, before we go ahead and hit number 1, go ahead and let me know now in the comment section below, what is the best sneaker steal you have ever found? Go ahead and let me know, and let's see who has the best sneaker steal down below in the comment section. Now, number one, you guys. Number 1, I'm not gonna lie, is kind of merged with number 2, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of leaked it. But with that being said, New Balance is indeed number 1 on this list. That being said, you guys, New Balance, I feel like it should have been known. I feel like it kind of should have been known, especially if you're tapped in with the sneaker world. But with that being said, New Balance is definitely hands down the best sneaker brand for value in 2025. And with that being said, it has the perfect balance of price, quality, and versatility. But with that being said, with models like the 574 and the 327, they offer that timeless style and comfort. Now, some models that stick out to me also include the 9060. You also do have the New Balance 1906R and just all these different New Balance sneakers. And again, I have tried these on my channel, so make sure to go ahead and check out my playlist that is titled List, and you will have a bunch of sneaker inspo. But with that being said, they also have that premium feel without that premium price. So that being said, these sneakers feel high end, but they are also accessible to most people's budgets. So with that being said, these sneakers feel premium and they last, and you're not going to be paying an extra $100 just for the hype. So that being said, before you go, if you indeed did like this list, go ahead and check out my breakdown of the best sneaker essentials on my channel. I'll go ahead and make it easy for you guys and put the info card up here. And trust me, it'll totally just level up your whole collection. But with that being said, the sneaker culture in 2025 is all about smart buying, and you don't need to go ahead and drop crazy money for some crazy quality kicks. But with that being said, let me know which brands you go ahead and rock with down below in the comment section. And again, this is a community, guys. You guys just let us know your own authentic opinions. Don't go ahead and rock the wave. But with that being said, if it helped, go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and check out this video for some more budget sneaker commentary, but in a tier list format.